Yo, it's your boy Papa Dawn, man. Back with another video. We doing a pizza delivery, scary animated. You already know the vibes, man. I hope y'all having a good day. I'm feeling good right now. I don't know why. Word. But yo, man, grab that blunt. Get ready. You know what I mean? Tap in with your boy, man. And let's get into it.
I was out doing a delivery one late night. It was probably the longest drive I had ever taken for a pizza delivery. From the pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy out where I live. Plus, they ordered 4 large pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip.
That sounds good right
Navigating
now,
the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though. I pulled up to the given address. It was some old, sketchy-looking building, literally in the middle of a forest clearing.
Oh, no.
There were no cars parked anywhere, or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out. I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out.
So you don't got their number? You
He would
can't
get mad if
call
he
them?
took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4. I was insanely unnerved, but got out anyway and forced myself to the front door of the building.
Bugging. What I would've did was throw them 4 boxes of pizza in the back of my trunk, nigga, and call it a night. Word, that's it. I'm out.
There was
I
no
ain't with
doorbell, so I just knocked really hard. I heard nothing and didn't really expect to hear anything. I was extremely disappointed, not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas. I knocked one more time out of desperation, and then began to hear some kind of rustling noises from inside of the building.
You still standing there? Oh, nah. Homie that's coming to the door sound big, son. And he's still standing there. You bugging. I would've been gone, hitting feet, son. I don't know.
I knocked again and yelled that I was the pizza guy. There was silence now.
You gonna
I
hit a
felt a
strap
bit more
cock.
uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around, I noticed something at the window.
What you notice?
There was someone looking through the window. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. All I noticed were their eyes. Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible.
I was mad white, son.
Intently at me.
God damn.
I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car. The shitty thing wouldn't start until turning the key for the 3rd time. I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right. I didn't make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside. There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive. The car came to a stop. I got out of the car to check what the hell was wrong.
Right.
A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was constantly skipping beats. My tires had been slashed and had completely fallen off the rim. Not just the...
How your tires got slashed? You know what that means. That means homie that was in the brib, he wasn't by himself. They had niggas watching you pull up, son.
front though. All 4 tires were slashed. I
Oh,
realized
they mean
somebody
business.
did this when I was knocking on the door to that building.
That's what I just said.
Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the doors.
He's smart.
I was so close.
He's smart, because a lot of people would have ran, left their car. That don't make no sense. Like, why would you walk away from your car? He's smart, son. I would do the same
Close
shit.
to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything to the operator. She told me the cops would be over as soon as possible and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked. She asked me to stay on the line with her until the cops arrived. My whole body was shaking, In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there.
And if his car is dead, that means he don't got no headlights on. And you can already tell that strip don't got no street lights. So he in pitch black right now, like, yo.
I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next part, though, is what utterly destroyed me. It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person I saw at that window. Eyes open wider than ever.
Oh, no.
I could see now that it was a woman, and I could ever so slightly see a smile begin to spread across her face.
She looked hungry.
I opened my door and full on sprinted into the woods, not caring how much noise I made.
Hold on. You telling me you unlocked your car and ran out into the woods? You can't see. And I know you don't got no flashlight with you. And you running? What?
I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hand as I waited and waited for what felt like hours until I finally heard sirens in the distance. I gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of the dirt road. Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights came into view, and I had never felt better in my life. They were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much. They picked me up and began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the two cars drove over to the building, and the two officers began to search the building. They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires. The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found. And that still kills me to this day.
I knew it was somebody else. It had to be.
I obviously quit my job right after that and started working at a local grocery store. I know that I'll never forget seeing that woman at the back of my car.
Crazy. What happened to the 4 boxes of pizza though? Word. Shit. But yo, man, it's the end of that video. Y'all already know the vibes, man. I'm gonna get at y'all in the next vid. Word. Stay safe.